And recording. I don't know why I said it that way. Going back to the comment section of several videos ago, I had a request that I'm just now getting to for a band called Reclusiam. Song is Enim Corpus Meum? Meum? I'm a little rusty in my my Latin, so let's see. This looks to be from 14 years ago. Not very many views, about 20k. Corpus, like a body. Enim, corpus, meum. Not sure what it means. Dead body, maybe? 10-minute song. 10.5 minutes, so this should be very interesting. When I was looking for this video, in looking, it appears that this is doom metal, and there appear to be pieces of skeletons here. Is that a tree or a pyre? Who's to say? But a field of bones. So corpus, body, dead body, maybe? Go! Pause it it's about a third of the way in. I doubt this will get blocked because this seems to be a lesser known band. But just in case, I gotta pause it. I like it. I'm usually not a big fan of like the pig squeals, like those kind of growls. That's why I did this earlier in the in the beginning of the video. Um, yeah, I'm generally not a big fan of those. Because like the lyrics already muffled enough when you're like screaming them or going way low in your register. But then when you also add the sort of pig inflection, it makes it that much harder to hear. But I dig the groove. It's real slow. In doom metal, in some of the tracks I've been exposed to, it's real repetitive, but it's all about the groove. So as long as there is a groove, it doesn't matter whether there's not that much complexity or anything. It's more about falling into this sort of like it becomes like a almost a spiritual thing. And I say that because in the background you could also hear like some chanting, some eldritch druid kind of sounds, like a choir, which is but then you get the a sudden brightness where it goes and those moments where it actually like picks up and gets brighter, I find the most interesting in this, especially since you're going so with the lyrics and so low and like again it's a very specific sound, that sort of squeal. So when you do get that brightness, it creates that big contrast in frequencies. So it does make it interesting to listen to. Occasionally you're getting some drum fills to add some complexity. And just before the 3-minute mark, the bass came in, and like an additional guitar came in that looks to be doing like a lead line. So like it's building and building and building ever so slowly. But there is this nice groove. I have no idea what he's saying. Let's backtrack a little. The fact that this is over 10 minutes, I feel like I'm hoping for and expecting some variation in the musicianship within the next like minute or so. Otherwise, I might start to get bored. But I do dig the sound, and I do like it. Let's go! like it's gonna do a drop and go back into something really heavy, or maybe hopefully like a solo. I like this. It's taking its time, and I'm me, myself, and I getting a little impatient. Like I want it to build faster, but that's the mark of a good band. It's that anticipation. You want it. They hold it back from you, so you want when you get it, you enjoy it that much more. Um, but essentially, the construction of this is just like here's peace, and this secondary layer of complexity. It's still a phrase. All right, now we're gonna add this other. It's still a phrase. All right, now the phrase is longer. Now the phrase is longer. We're gonna add this instrument. The phrase is longer until you finally dun 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 dun, as opposed to just the dun dun, and that's a fast version of how it initially started. But it's slowly layering and layering, and it's the momentum of each phrase is building and building as it goes. And I do enjoy, again, the sort of brightness in the background. It's almost like background vocals, even though it's probably just the synth. And the main vocals is becoming more of just a guttural kind of enunciation, as opposed to the squeal kind of sound that I kind of interpreted as initially. So more palatable. Yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot. I do think instead of the 7 minutes and 40 seconds that it's been, they could have accomplished this in maybe 5 minutes 15 seconds. But again, still good. Let's backtrack a little. Ooh, 15, 16 seconds. Go. of triumph there at the end. And all throughout that song, I was kind of thinking of just because in the last batch of videos, and I know this might sound like sacrilege because this is doom metal, but one of the previous videos I uploaded was a Depeche Mode cover of To Have and To Hold that Deftones did. That, well, not as slow. That had more of like a rock beat to it. But there's some surprising similarities to the way, because that was like a 2.5-3 minute song. So if you slowed it down to like 50%, it would be very similar sounding to this, I think. Also, let's do this. Enim Corpus Meum Christi. Let's see what that means. The words of Jesus reiterated in Latin. Let's see. Let's just do translation. Or English. Let's do English. This is my body. Host est enim corpus meum. Hoc est? The world's eternity lies here within my hand. What is the meaning of corpus meum? This is my body. Hocus pocus mean in Latin Catholic. That's funny. So this is my body. This is my body, and there was sort of like a triumphant kind of sound at the end, almost like you're going to the afterlife, like you're meeting your maker. Say, is this from a demo? Funeral doom. That makes sense. / death metal. Virginia Beach, Virginia. I would not have thought that. Usually doom metal in like the Americas, or at least North America, tends to be like Atlanta, like the South, or South, Midwest, or Northwest, I think. I would never think of just the East Coast, outside of maybe New York. Huh. Lyrics. Why am I here? Cold, shattered, pain, where shadows write, nightmares gain momentum, a pyramid of rotting death. I am crawling through discorporated carnage, endless dead and body-drenched soil. Like hell. It sounds like hell. Ghosts have cold hands, and scars cover their rain-soaked faces. Tears, shrouded in wire sand coffins of wood and metal, blinded and choking and clutching their fleshless bodies, their souls, ground into splinters and dust in the fields of fire. We die. Shells fall like stars, and they fill the air with smoke and cinder like a pyre. Yeah, everything's on fire. Limbless and faceless and severed are the lifeless screaming. Eyeless, worm-ridden, their corpses fill the endless trenches. Sightless and deafened, convulsing. This is the end. So it's funny to me to have these lyrics where it's so focused on it being like this dark kind of everyone's dead, oh, the soul is fire, splinters, dust, choking, scars. Meanwhile, the backing of the actual track is so heavenly. Like the synth, there's such a lightness to it that it almost seems like angelic. So like while he's describing this sort of hellish landscape, the background, like I said, it finished in such a like a triumphant kind of sound. There's this dichotomy there, and it this is my body. And if you think of like again, I just looked it up. Those are apparently the last words of Jesus or something. So there's this very Christian kind of overtone to it. Because if you specifically use that Latin phrasing, that turn of phrase, it seems like you must be doing it for that specific reason. Or maybe if it's Jesus' last words, it's a play on saying like, oh, that's what he said before he died, and then when he died, he realized that he's not God, and he goes to hell, or he doesn't go to heaven, and he just all the pain and suffering. That's also kind of funny, a little cynical. I religion, I don't give a fuck about religion. So, but I do enjoy the metaphors. That's funny. I dug this song a lot. Um, it took a minute for me to get into it, just because the first like 3 minutes were so slow and repetitive, and I wanted it to build and hurry along. Um, yeah, like I think you probably could have cut like a minute and a half out of the intro, um, and still gotten the same effect. But I liked it. I really liked it. The synth, I think, was very like it added like a gloriousness to the whole thing. Hmm. Not reading the lyrics, but just consuming the song, it felt more like just a person confronting their own mortality and being on the precipice of death. So like yeah, from that kind of aspect, I think I enjoyed the song more. Where it's just kind of like you're looking down the barrel of this is my remaining life. The end is coming, and oh, there no regrets. I'm gonna approach it full steam ahead. That's kind of the aspect or the position that I thought the singer had in mind initially, and I kind of respect that more. It felt more natural, just sort of like going into the void, eyes open, marching. If it's my end, I'm gonna face it with my head held high. Like that's the kind of feeling I had listening to the song. Real good. 14 years ago, like 20,000 views. Should be a lot more. This was very good. It was damn good.